Kid 918 here. We back with another NBA 2K23 MyTeam video. And in this one, I wanted to show y'all how you can get Deron Williams, Diamond Takeover Deron Williams I should say, and add him to your squad. Now his challenges, because you know, you got to do the challenges obviously to unlock him, similar to the Elgin Baylor and the Donovan Mitchell. And these challenges aren't that hard. You know, there's the ones that drop Friday and the ones that drop Tuesday. Tuesday are always the ones that have specific challenges to the players, whereas Friday's drops, they have, like, you got to complete a certain amount of clutch time offline, triple threat offline, and unlimited. You have to beat a certain amount of games to unlock said player. These all have specific challenges to that specific player. So, like, the Elgin Baylor one was ridiculously long, and y'all saw the video where I showed y'all, like, an easier way to get it, because people were freaking out. Like, it's not that everybody was just so worried about getting Elgin Baylor, but some people just like doing grinds. Like me, Deron Williams, he might make my lineup, he might not. He doesn't really have a whole lot of defense, so we'll see. He might not even make my lineup. But that being said, he's still a free diamond, you know what I'm saying? And I like grinding the game to get stuff. I don't want it to just be given to us. I like the idea of us having to grind to get it, you know what I'm saying? So with that said, you see I've already completed it. You got 57 points, 7 assists with a Nets player. Pretty simple, not too hard. You want to play a game, you can do that in domination. You can do that in the basketball fundamentals. The one I would recommend doing is the 5 dunk one. It's like the athletic one. We'll look at it here in a second, but you have to get 5 dunks to win, and all you do is just make sure you don't do any dunks. So you have to use a Nets player, and the Nets player I chose to use was Kyrie. You know, Kyrie is 30 tokens. So if you have tokens, oh yeah, you could have KD. Total playoff threes, you make 137 three-pointers. It has to be with a point guard, but it's not team specific. It's just point guard specific. And you want to make sure that the player that you're using is point guard. Their first position is point guard. Their second, because you know, like for instance, I have the Donovan Mitchell card, you know, the other takeover that I grinded for. That card is primary shooting guard, secondary point, and that he won't count towards that 137 threes. It has to be a primary point. So either their only position has to be point or their primary. They can't be a shooting guard, secondary point guard. You get what I'm saying? So what I did was I mixed this one right here and this one right here, the Cavaliers assists. And basically I used I used the Donovan Mitchell as my point guard because he's 2-1. And then I used Mark Price, who's a player that I did so I could lock in for, I think it was Pascal Siakam. You know, you lock in for the Pascal card. So I locked him in, and I had to get Mark Price to lock him in. So Mark Price is in my lineup, and he's a really good shooter, bro. Like, that's all he does pretty much, but he's nice. He has a very easy jumper to make. So I combined those two. I played Donovan Mitchell at my 1 and Mark Price at my 2, but he's a primary point. He just has a secondary 2. Jazz wins, okay? My recommendation to be able to get all 3 of these in one go, I mean, you have to play 20 games with 3 Jazz players, right? So what you can do, and what I did, is I played about 12 to 13 clutch time offline games with 3 Jazz players, and then the 2 Cavs players, like I said, like I used the Donovan Mitchell and the Mark Price, right? So I was doing these challenges, the total playoff threes and the Cavaliers assists, while also doing the Jazz wins because I just had them in the lineup. You don't have to do anything specifically with them. They just have to be in the lineup. And then I took it to the basketball fundamentals so I could start doing the Nets one and the Mavericks one I did separately. But if you want to play one of those full games out because it's 12-minute quarters, you should be able to get the whole, like the 57 and 7 assists, and then the Mavericks one is 31 points and 16 assists with a Mavericks player. You can couple those, and you can just make sure you have 3 players in your lineup that are Jazz players. You don't even have to play them. They could be on the end of the bench. It just has to be 3 Jazz players in your, they don't have to be in your rotation. They just have to be in your lineup. You get what I'm saying? So you could just do what I did and just play your starters the whole game and just keep 3 Jazz players off the bench. And then if you played 12 to 13 of these in the clutch time offline, you should pretty much be done with the assists and the threes. You might even finish it. Just depends. See, I wasn't coupling them the right way like I should have been at first. I was doing it a different way. I was doing clutch time offline, but I was like, you know, I should use Donovan Mitchell to make the assists and stuff. I wasn't doing that at first. I was going to separate the threes and assists, but couple all of your challenges. Don't worry about like, oh, I'll just do one at a time. Now do both of them. You don't want to play your best lineup. You want to play like some crappy players in there, you know? So yeah, it's pretty simple. It was about 3 to 4 hours for me. Now we got it up, okay? So he gets a +3 3-point, which is cool. He already has a good 3-point shot. You don't even really need that. But look at all that Boozer gets, bro. Look at the badge. He gets Aerial Wizard on gold and he doesn't have it. All these badges that he gets, he doesn't even have. That's actually pretty dope. And that makes him a comparable, like, you can put Boozer in your lineup, especially at this stage of the game. You can run Boozer at least as your backup power forward. Like, this upgrade to him makes him usable. Like, he was already somewhat usable, but he has kind of an iffy jump shot and stuff. But you put this on him, you get this duo, you got another power forward center you can run in your lineup. If you want to run small, put him at your center. You know what I'm saying? And if you can do like me and put him at the end of your bench as well, and he doesn't have to be in the rotation, you still get that dynamic duo as long as he's in your lineup. Like with the upgrades, he has a 95 mid-range, 93 3, which is really good, and a 90 free throw. And he has a very, very greenable jump shot. You know what I'm saying? So if I go into freestyle real quick, let's make this sub. All right, as you see, watch me on green one. Easy. You see his hot zones. Not too crazy, but he does have some in the 3, and that's what you want at this stage in the game. You want a player that can shoot, that has hot zones in the 3-point, the 3-point land. That's what you want. But yeah, like he has a very, very greenable shot. He has the normal leaner. Bang. Oh, I missed, of course. But if you know the normal leaner, you know the normal leaner, right? And then he has the spin jumper, which is my favorite part of any card that I run. That right there. You know from watching my content, if you've watched enough of it, I love spin jumpers. Like, DBG and any comp players in general are going to love leaners. But me, I'm the spin shot dude, bro. Like, that's what I do. That's what I love. And if you have the pro, we greening, baby. Or slightly early, but you get my point. I'm fairly consistent with it, right? Of course, I'm on cam, bro. You want to know how to cook people? Learn this, bro. I swear, I've said it. I will preach this. Learn the pro jumps, the pro spin jumper, bro. Just learn it. Because anytime anybody off-balls you, the AI falls for the spin jumper like 75% of the time, probably. Like, it's a high percentage. They almost always fall for it. And sometimes, if you have the right badges, you even shake them to the point where they fall. Like step backs, pull throughs, snatchbacks, stuff like that. Like, that's what you want to do if you're playing somebody who plays on ball. Off ball is always, I'm telling you, use spin jumpers. Just trust me. If you're grinding offline, find somebody who can shoot and has a pro spin jumper, and you will be golden, bro. The dude's nice. Like, I've seen people saying he's kind of mid and he's not that good, and he really isn't the greatest player in the world, don't get me wrong, but he's going to be my backup point. And see, what I'm going to run is him, Marcus Smart, and Danny Green. He's worth 4 or 5 hours. If he was like the Elgin Baylor one, nah, he wouldn't be worth it. But he's not. And he is worth it. So if you play an hour a day, you have 7 days to get this dude, or 6 now. You can easily get him in like a couple days. You get him in 2 sessions. And if you couple the ones if you couple them the right way and don't do like I did, you can probably complete this in I don't know, 2.5 hours maybe. Basketball fundamentals like we had the last time for the Elgin Baylor one, but instead of the 3-point scoring one, because you need threes, go with athleticism. Because if you look in here, you need 5 dunks as a team, right? So until I wanted to end the game, then I started throwing alley-oops, and then boom, we end the game with the 5 alley-oops. You know what I mean? That's how I did it. So basically, you want to just run. This is where you want to get your Nets points and your Mavericks points. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Make sure you have 3 Jazz players in your lineup. Remember, 3 Jazz players. And you'll get it done in no time, bro. Because it is win with 3 Jazz players, but just use 3 Jazz players. I have John Stockton because I did collector level, but if y'all don't, just use Donovan Mitchell, because Donovan Mitchell's in the token market and you can get him for pretty cheap. So just go get Donovan Mitchell, however you want to do it. If you got 2 tokens, go get you 3 Jazz players from the 2 tokens Jazz, right? I have 12 of 15. You might not have that many because I have 2 of the starters. I wanted to get Donovan was the main person, but so look, just get 3 get Malik Beasley and 2 other of the 2 token ones just so you can run them in your lineup. And I recommend, actually, you know what? I recommend getting Rudy Gay and then a center. The reason is because you can run your 3, 4, and your 5 as your 3 Jazz players in the clutch time offline, and it'll be a little easier. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully I helped y'all out, and hopefully y'all are able to get Deron Williams again. Thank y'all for watching. Let's share it around. Let's get the YouTube channel. Let's keep it growing because we on pace. Not with subscribers because we need a whole lot more subscribers, but we on pace for watch time and all that. Like, your boy's trying to grow the channel and get up there, you know what I'm saying? But it's every step at a time. So yeah, just like, comment, subscribe, share it around. I appreciate y'all for watching.